Here are three basic strategies for handling condescending clients. If you have ever found yourself in a situation where the person reaches out, prospect reaches out, and you find that the conversation kind of goes off the rails, maybe they're a little bit dismissive of you, they act as if that, you can't really handle their project, but yet they're asking you to provide a quote for them, or they're asking you for resources or asking you to dig deeper in your expertise and share things. There are three strategies that I often encourage people to bring into it. So you get to pick the one that's going to work best for you. The first is, frankly, now, if you're your own business owner and you can make the decisions in your business, it is okay to bless and release somebody who's not a good fit, who is going to just drive you absolutely nuts. Now, sometimes you're not in a position where you can actually just say, like, hey, hit the bricks, go kick rocks. I'm not interested in working with you. Not that you would say it that way, you would say it kinder, but it's okay also to just say to somebody, I get a sense that we are not a good fit for each other. So I'm just going to respectfully decline continuing this conversation. And I wish you well. And you bring that to a close. That's one thing, that's one strategy. The second is bring in some outside resources, bring in some additional support. This could come in the form of asking them if they'd like to talk with clients who have worked with you that could be a reference for you. This might be if you have some technical expertise on your team or a contractor that you could bring in that would help answer some of their more technical questions. Like, set your ego aside. If there's an opportunity and you want to earn this business, what are some additional resources that you could actually bring in? Okay. So the third strategy is something that I learned in my studies of neurolinguistic programming, and it's something called selective amnesia. And that is acting as if the weird, awkward exchange that we just had didn't actually happen. And you just continue on as if everything is fine. So let's say you have an interaction with somebody, it doesn't really go well, but they're saying they want to quote or they're saying they want to continue the conversation. The next time you go into that conversation, it's important that you go in as your most resilient self. Don't like play small. Don't like try to act like I gotta smooth the waters here. Just go in as your confident self, even if it takes a little bit of like getting yourself in that right mindset before you go in. That's super important. But you just act as if that awkward exchange didn't happen and you talk to them as if they are going to be a client and what it's going to be like when you work together. I have found that selective amnesia works often. I've trained clients on how to do this and in certain client conversations that they've had, and they always come back and say, "Oh, that worked." Because most of the time, it could be that that person who was being aggressive or dismissive, maybe they were having a bad day, or maybe they were taking something out on you that didn't really have anything to do with you. And then they get to this next meeting with you. It's a different day, it's a different circumstances, and they're a different version of themselves. Or just by you showing some grace of like not taking it personally, it just shows that you're resilient. And chances are it'll raise your credibility with that person. So either of those three strategies are can be effective, but remember, you get to decide how you're going to show up in the conversation. Being resilient and knowing your expertise and standing in your authority is a very powerful place to be. All right. I'm wishing you continued success. I'm Nikki Rausch, the Sales Maven.